Hey guys, Miss Snow speaking. So, I've had some people ask me what kind of resin I use. And, see, this is a tile I'm making. I'm using that girl there. And my resin is a bit different from the resin you guys use. It's still an epoxy resin, but it's a 2-to-1 ratio instead of a 1-to-1. Which means that instead of putting 1 cup of part A to 1 cup of part B, I have to put 1 cup of part A and half a cup of part B. It doesn't have a brand or anything like that. It comes from a distributor in the city, so that's the best I can do explaining which kind of resin I use. And I also wanted to explain how I mix it, because the whole, checking the bottle to see if it's the same level, or just, looking at the cup if it's the same amount, for me doesn't work, because it has to be half. And I saw a guy making a video about some technical thing that he had to mix stuff, and he used a scale. I bought the scale. I guess you guys can buy a scale like this for less than $10. It's pretty cheap, It's a digital scale that shows grams. A tenth of a gram is the minimum it weighs. So what I do is I put a cup. Doesn't matter the size of the cup. Depends on I do small batches too. I can use this cup. But you put a cup, you can hold bigger cups in it. I turn on the scale, and I'm not gonna pour it for you guys to see because I don't have a tripod, so I can't, clean stuff, and I'm going to make a mess if I do that. So I get the part A, I pour, say, 10 grams, pour into it, looks 10.0, close the lid, get the other one, and I pour half of what I did, so 5 more grams. So I get a total of 15 grams in here. When I do that, I take it off and I mix it like everyone else does. I mean, anyone who teaches how to use resin would be shocked how fast I stir. So I get no bubbles. What I do is I wait 5 minutes. It gets a little warm. Well, it works for my resin. I don't know how it would go for a 1-to-1 ratio, but I wait for 5 minutes. I come in, I use a little straw and blow the top to get them off, and mostly I have no bubbles left. What else? Guess that's it. It's pretty simple to use the scale. If you don't have a scale, what I used to do was, instead of using measuring cups, which are a pain to clean, and they're not that cheap to be disposable, so you have to clean them, instead of using that, I had bought a bunch, by the way, I started using the cup. So instead of using the scale, I used to, I need 1 1/2, right? So I would get a measuring cup. I do have one here, but it's filled with stuff. Anyway, I would get a measuring cup. I would get 2 measures of this with water, pour into the cup, get a little marker, and mark up to where it went with the water. Then I would get another measure, put inside the cup, and mark it again. Throw the water out, leave it clean because water and resin do not mix well. Wait for it to dry or dry it. Then I would simply pour the resin in until the marks I made. That way I could do various amounts. Each time for a cup I could choose how much resin I wanted to make. And that's an easy way, and you don't have to clean anything because you're using a disposable cup. So after you pour your resin, scrape the cup all you can simply throw it away. And I guess that's it for tips. I hope that answers the question. I'm sorry I don't have a brand to tell you guys because it doesn't have a brand. Here's written resin and a code, and it's written that it's a cold drying resin because they have a kind also that needs heat I don't know how to use that. It's also an epoxy resin that needs heat, and it's also the same ratio. I'm thinking of getting a resin that's not clear to see how it goes to the backgrounds, but I still don't know. I have to go there this week. I'm thinking probably Wednesday, because tomorrow Anyway, hope that answers questions. I hope these two tips, the water one and the scale one, help someone. And I'm gonna show you an update of resin. See, I have a little army here, and I still have a whole bunch to paint. So after I'm done painting them, I'm gonna show you guys. And I guess that's it. Gotta work on my tile, and talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye.